Welcome to Year of Inktober, Month of Game Design. Throughout the course of 2024, I will be using these 31 prompts as inspiration for my game design projects. This week's prompt is Dodge. Let's get started. Alright, so the plan for this week is to make a top-down multiplayer dodgeball game. Now this project is a little more technical than what I usually do, so I'm kind of going to gloss over the actual game development parts of it, because most of what I actually do this week is going to be focused on the multiplayer communications rather than the game part of the game. So if you saw my Global Game Jam video last week, you'll note that I just finished building a game with online multiplayer, but that was using Godot's built-in direct peer-to-peer system, which presents some security concerns. The main problem with direct peer-to-peer is that it exposes your users' IPs to one another, which can open up opportunities for DDoSing and things like that, which you generally want to avoid. So the way to avoid that is to use something in between the users called a relay server, where they send the packets to the relay server, which then just forwards them to the other user. Steam actually provides peer-to-peer relaying for free through their Steamworks API, so all I have to do is add Steamworks API to the game, and we should be golden. There's actually a Godot implementation of the Steamworks API by a user called Gramps, which is what I'm using for this, and I'm basing a lot of this early work on this tutorial about Steam lobbies by Don's Crow Games. I'm going to speed through the lobby setup here because honestly it is one for one from the Don's Crow Games tutorial. But after we have the lobby set up, then we need to do the actual peer-to-peer communications, which is the harder part. So to keep it simple, the way that the peer-to-peer communication works is that every frame before your local client does any processing, it checks to see if there are any new communications on your peer network. And then it also maintains a timer so that 20 times a second it will send an update about the things you're responsible for to the peer network. And as long as those communications are properly formatted and properly parsed, you can use them to know where everything should be in real time. So currently there are 3 different types of communications that the peers can send to each other. I'm referring to these as handshake packets, location packets, and new ball packets. Each of these types of communications comes through a different channel so that when you receive them, you don't have to guess what type it is. You know that if it came on channel 0, it's a handshake, if it came on channel 1, it's a location, etc. The handshake packets are used to collectively decide when it's time to start the game. When your client finishes loading into the level, it sends the handshake packet to the peer network, and once it's received one from every peer on the network, then it starts the countdown. The location packets are the ones that are sent 20 times a second and update the peers on the location of your character and any balls that your character has thrown. And then the last type of packet is the new ball packet, which is sent when your character throws a ball so that the other peers know where it is and to add it to their game. Now this isn't all the communication protocols that this game is ever going to need. In fact, you might notice in the gameplay that balls seem to freeze in place, because there's not currently a communication for what happens when someone gets hit by a ball, so the local client just stops sending information about it to the peers, and it freezes in place on their screen. So clearly there's more work to be done on this game, and it's not done yet. I was very ambitious this week, and I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted to get done. However, I am still happy with how much I did manage to get done this week, and I'm excited to keep working on this game. I had said in episode 0 that there were extra weeks included in this challenge in case I thought an idea needed more than one, and this is one that I think needs more than one. So I'm going to keep working on this one for next week. I know it's a short video, but I promise there was a lot of work this week and just not a lot to visually show for it.
Oh!
Hey, look at that!
Whoa! We're frickin' balls! No! No! No!
It fucking works! It fucking works! I'm gaming! Yeah, so some of it doesn't quite work, but you know.
It's just sticky over there. That's the glue spot.